Hello, everyone, and I have returned. It's been a interesting week. My son is still not 100% well. He's been sick since Tuesday, on and off. Think he's getting better. He's not. He has 4 days of school, so lots of fun going on. So I am taking him to the doctors to figure this thing out. He still has a cough, and he's supposed to go for oral surgery on Friday. So who knows? When you have kids, you just have to be prepared, which happens to be part of what I wanted to talk about is being prepared. And it got me thinking today because of the fact that my son needs oral surgery. Luckily, I have coverage, and his dad has coverage at his through his work that will get the money back. But a lot of times, especially when you're with orthodontists, you have to pay them, and then you have to go to your insurance and tell them, okay, I paid this much, can I have my money back? So sometimes that could take some time. So it got me thinking that my son's going to be getting braces for the next month, and we have to come up with $1,700 to give to the dentist on the day he starts to get his braces put on, and then everything else is monthly. So I got to thinking, how prepared am I really for this? And of course, his dad has to be prepared too, because although it is just a temporary expense, we do still have to pay it up front. So it really had me thinking about how prepared I really am for stuff. And I am starting the Dave Ramsey plan and getting a budget. But I'm thinking to myself, I really need to step this thing up because things are coming left, right, and center. I got my property tax bill. Luckily, I can pay that in 3 installments, mind you. But that's still for $1,200 is $1,200, right? And that's just an interim tax bill. So all these little things are having me stop and think, okay, I need to be more prepared here. I am not. I am all over the place. And I think I'm starting to do one thing, and then I veer off into, being lazy, and then I have to push myself back this way again. Another thing that I did this weekend is I cleaned out my fridge, which is long overdue, to give it a good wipe down and see what you really have in there. And as I was taking stuff out, I realized how much stuff that I was buying that was canned or bottled or whatever, packaged. And when I took everything out, and even the leftovers I forget about, I say, oh, okay, I'll make extra. And then I don't finish the leftovers. And I'm looking at all the packaging that I'm wasting, for one, the money I'm wasting, and I realized that I really need to step this thing up here. Because I'm actually, if I were to calculate it, and I didn't, but if I did, who knows how much money I just threw away over the weekend. It could be $50, it could be $200 worth of stuff. I honestly don't know. So I had said to my boyfriend, I said that I want to start trying to buy more fresher foods, use less packaging, because I read and I've heard and I've watched different blogs, and they all tell you the same thing, that you can actually save money. So what I've been starting to do is, for example, my old pasta jars, I'm washing them out really good to reuse them. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I need to start keeping more, say, dried goods. These jars, like those classical jars, are perfect for that. I can put, like my popcorn kernels in there, depending how much I buy. We tend to eat a lot of popcorn here, so one of those jars probably wouldn't do it. But if I were to just buy, because my kids don't mind oatmeal, but they're really not big fans. So if I were to buy like fresh oatmeal, I would just like fill a little thing like that, enough for me to use. Little things like that, little treats. If I want to go to the bulk barn, say for example, and buy some pistachios, I can buy some, put them in one of those jars to keep fresh. Now I bought some, I guess it was a couple of weeks ago, and man, they're expensive. Thinking to myself, okay, I can't afford to do this all the time. So now it got me thinking, okay, now I have to start looking at I'm going to be buying more dried goods, more fresh produce, and less packaging, where are the good places to go? Costco would still be good because for the breads, for the milk's a good deal there. The margarine, yes, it comes in a plastic tub and all that, but lucky where I am, I can recycle those. So I'm trying to look at what I'm buying and can I recycle it? All right, so I'm looking at the numbers, the recycling numbers. I know, for example, if it's a number one, it is recyclable, but they say it's still good to try and avoid it, if at all, using number one plastic. So when I was at a grocery store that I thought I'd try yesterday, that I'd never been in before, their packaging was at number one. So I'm thinking, okay, well, that's better than nothing, better than using any other type of plastic, and little containers, flip containers that they had for their olives. I took one of those, and when I went to the deli counter to get some of the salami, I said, "Can you put it in here instead? Instead of having those little plastic baggies, I figured I could put it in here. It has a little snap lid, and eventually I would need to recycle it, but I can reuse it. I can wash it and reuse it. So next time I'm going somewhere else to get meat, I can remember, okay, I use this particular one for olives, this particular one for whatever. I can even write on there what it is that I used it for, and then go and buy it in bulk loose, so I don't spend the extra money and keep doing this till eventually I have to recycle it. So as much as I'm trying to go zero waste, my thought is I have teenagers and kids that I don't want to say, okay, you're gonna have to do this. I want to lead by example and have them, say, oh, okay, this is actually something I would like to do. So I like to be able to introduce it slowly, and not say, okay, you're gonna have to start using this shampoo or this or that. So I'm trying different things right now, and I realized that by doing some of these things, it goes hand in hand with trying to get extra money to help pay down my bills, my debts, and my goals. So I'm really trying to marry the two together, so to speak, so I can have the money saved, and with all the money saved here, and all the healthier eating I'm doing, and going, and especially spring and summer and fall, going for a lot more walks, that is a good way to stay healthy and lose a few pounds, even though my boyfriend says I don't need to lose anything. But for me personally, I would like to lose just a few. So by doing it this way, it's going to be more cost-effective way to lose weight than joining a gym and trying to do 50,000 sit-ups. Then with the savings here, I put it into my budget, and I can help pay off debts much quicker. So I'm kind of marrying the two together and wanting to be able to say in 15 years, I don't have a mortgage payment. That would just be, I'd be 60 years old, and I could say, no more mortgage payments. I have a really good savings in my bank, all my investments, and I can just breathe. So it's going to be tough for the next 15 years to get to there, but it would have been nice to retire at 55, but I'm trying to aim for 60. Due to the fact that I had to start over and start my mortgage over again when I got separated and divorced. So with all that, I'd like to be able to say, okay, I'll be 60, my boyfriend will be 64, and we can just relax and enjoy the fruits of our labor. Say, okay, we worked hard for these 15 years to save everything, pay off any bills, get rid of the mortgage, have savings in the bank account, have the investments, and say, okay, now I can think of retiring. And maybe it may not be retire where I can go on a trip every other month to go to here, there, everywhere. That's fine. I like staying local and experiencing things around my own backyard. Just the fact that I can actually do that, and maybe just do some volunteer work just because I can. So I am looking at the two that going hand in hand, and by doing some of these eco-friendly waste-saving tips and eating more fresh fruits and vegetables and grains and all that, saving a big chunk of money there, adding a two here, and thinking of other ways I could save, then I can really truly say I can retire at 60. That, my friends, is a goal. 55 would have been nice, but I'll take 60. As long as I'm healthy, which I'm by going zero waste, or as close to zero waste as possible, and by eating healthier and staying active. I want to be healthy as I can when I'm 60, work really hard for the next 15 years, and be able to hopefully have at least 20 to 30 years of retirement. That would be ideal. Live till I'm 90? Hey, who wouldn't want that? Anyway, I'll be back again with another video, and my goal is to have a proper budget, a working budget for March. So I'm going to work on it for this month, figure out how to get the budget working properly, and have a working budget starting March, and starting off strong and hopefully healthier, not this darn cough that just doesn't want to go away. Now I know how my son feels. So take care, everyone, and in my next video I will have some more tips and ideas for you. And take care, everyone. Peace out.